Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the JAMAcast podcast. My name is Josh.
I am Adam.
I'm Morgan.
And we have a special guest with us today. In the form of KylerDraws.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
At KylerDraws on Twitter.
Link in the description below.
Basically, just like super talented artist
Oh,
person.
shush.
And also my fucking wife.
Oh, I mean, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, basically, and it's your wife.
Yeah. Just, we don't have the documents to prove it, but
you know,
nobody can say otherwise.
exactly.
True.
If nobody can prove the documents don't exist, then you know what? It's true.
And if anybody can prove the documents don't exist, why the fuck were you in my file drawers?
Yeah, get out.
Like,
Get out.
Actually,
Get out of the house.
leave?
That's some sensitive
And this is why Morgan doesn't speak.
This is the
This
monk
is some
segment is now
sensitive
just the
sen-
entire fucking podcast.
It just gave up. I was about to say some sensitive documents, but my brain decided to say sensitive.
That's beautiful.
That's some sensitive.
Oh, I feel that. Just kind of that moment when your brain just kind of turns off for the day. And just
Yeah.
kind of says, item, head out.
Yeah, that's me constantly.
I'm about to head out.
I, Mrs. Puff, I'm about to dip.
Oh,
Oh,
Don't, no.
This is, I'm about to dip.
oh, Mrs. Puff is that fish.
No.
Oh, no! You know what? I expect to see art
Not
of
her
that on the
first time
internet
around a carrot.
somewhere.
it's already there.
Oh, yeah,
Probably.
it's probably there. It's like
Day one.
Mrs. Puff just like going to town on Mr. Krabs' dick. It's
No.
probably already a picture.
Why does it have to be Mr. Krabs' dick?
They were dating. That was canon.
That
were
was
dating?
canon, but that's besides the point.
That's not besides the point. The carrot, in this case, is Mr. Krabs' dick, which predated the pufferfish
Why
eating
is she
a carrot.
biting it?
Oh,
Oh,
No.
Oh my
you know
god.
what else is
fucking-
canon to SpongeBob?
what?
The fact that Sandy Cheeks is fucking hot.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
How did you turn this into a furry thing?
It
I
doesn't
mean,
have
at
to be a
least-
furry.
We're not
mean,
even
at
5
least-
minutes in, and you're already talking about furry titties?
I'm not talking about titties. I don't give a shit about titties.
Yeah, I know.
As far as I'm concerned, at least like canonically, Sandy is pretty flat-chested.
But she has a
Yeah.
bra.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but it's
well,
just like-
even people with mosquito bites wear bras.
you're not wrong.
Holy shit!
I'm not wrong.
I've just never
They're
heard.
trying to be decent women.
I've just never heard of anyone ever.
They gotta
referring
support their puffy nipples.
Like who refers to flat-chested people as with having fucking mosquito bites?
A lot
You've
of
never
people.
heard that?
I've never heard
Oh
of
my
that.
god,
Bruh.
that's like an
Anime.
old
That's
thing.
just anime.
Yeah.
Like I've heard of like pancakes or something, where it's just like,
Pancakes?
where it's just like fucking flat disc. That's it.
No, you
That's
call
concerning.
you call like really big nipples pancakes.
Yeah, when the
Or
areola of the nipple is very large, that's the pancake.
All right, I've officially decided that the Kappa thing for this channel is going to be none of this is suitable for kids.
Oh, who cares?
Well, yeah.
We'll set it for
obviously.
kids anyways. It's their fault.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
their
Kappa,
fault. We'll
by
let-
the way, my boner is very large and does not is a testament of how not kid friendly we are.
Yes.
I mean, at the moment, no.
Listen to this audio podcast. Listen to my boner.
You don't. Just you don't have the mic against your dick, though.
Not yet.
I mean, who knows? The mic could just progressively start going down towards your dick because of the $20 Amazon stand.
Yeah, and if you randomly start hearing a slurping sound,
Oh no.
No, nobody is.
Oh,
just midway through the podcast,
Oh no, nobody. No. No. Nobody's getting fucking... Oh my good lord. What is this, like a Pornhub exclusive podcast now, where it's
Maybe.
just ASMR sounds of what you think sex sounds like?
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah, what the fuck? What is
Oh.
sex?
it takes exactly 4 slurps to get the first moan.
But then it has to be the fucking pufferfish mon.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Yeah.
why do I now just think of, like, you know, this guy, this Foley artist, you know, doing it for like 40 years, and suddenly he's making Foley for a fucking sex scene. He's got to simulate the bed creaking. It's like this Foley artist who's like the best at his craft, having to just
It's beautiful.
it's like truly an image that I didn't think I would think of today.
Uh-huh.
But you know what? I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
Because it brought a tear to my eye that for once wasn't sad.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Beautiful.
Welcome back to the
bro.
JAMAcast Self-Help Podcast, except for not in Minecraft this time.
Yeah, right.
Remember that?
It's still happening, just
Sorta.
slowly. I've
Yeah.
been working on music.
I've
True.
been working on memes. Sorta.
Yeah.
I've got a passion project going on for next year, though.
I mean, like,
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
told me.
it's like I stopped with like that Minecraft shit so long.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. It's
Or at least what we have it. At least.
Yeah,
well, that's what's happening. I'm in the middle of editing a Minecraft video right now.
it's like with the state of content creation right now, it's like it's not viable for me to make it, but it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy being part of it.
Well, exactly.
Because it's like
right?
I still want to do more of that stuff, but
Mhm.
it's like me personally, it's like watching myself play Minecraft and trying to figure out ways to make that funny.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, my best edit was the Old Town Road remix,
Oh,
what
hell
you
yeah.
were saying.
hell yeah.
That was fucking gold.
Yeah.
That was
Absolutely.
good.
But it's like it's so tedious to edit gameplay videos these days.
It depends on the gameplay videos. Some of them are so easy to edit.
Yeah, it's just
I actually got an editor recently, right? And just like the conversation back and forth that I've been having with Dwayne has been very interesting, because it's like sometimes it's just like I'll send him a Super Paper Mario video and he'll be like, "This game is a very good game. I very much enjoy it. But commentary-wise, since the game is so full of dialogue, it just makes it weird for editing and for videos and stuff like that."
yeah, story-based games are probably a little bit more difficult to make funny in terms of editing when that kind of
Exactly.
thing
It's more
happens.
so it's just like you have the people that are doing the commentary learning the story. And for games like that, it's more so if you've already been watching that person and you like their personality or something like that, then you'll go from there and
Yeah.
and be like, "Oh, I like this game. I like this person. I wonder what their reactions would be to parts of this game."
Yeah, it's just interesting for me, like, as thinking of someone as, like, thinking of it as a viewer, like, going into somebody's series and seeing, like, there's 40 parts to this series.
Yeah.
It's like seeing how many parts of a series there are makes me want to, like to watch it less, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like there's
Well, like,
so
by
much
by
content
this
to
point-
try and watch. It's like you just gotta, like, the reason that all of these funny moments compilations actually get views is because it's such a condensed version of so much content, so you don't have to watch through it all to find the parts that make you laugh.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I still like playing story-based games for videos and stuff like that, though, is more of like the experience of just like me and Joey sitting down playing through something that we love and just being able to talk to each other about whatever random shit, or playing something that we've never done before, like when we first got into Dark Souls. Yes.
That was loud.
When we first got into Dark Souls and we were playing that, and friggin' Morgan was watching every single episode, critiquing me
Yeah.
and telling me how absolutely shit I was at the game.
I mean, of course the speedrun king would have some things to
Oh
say.
yeah, speedrun.
Speedrun
I'm
king.
not speedrunning Dark Souls. Fuck that.
The Walking Dead. When was the last time you did a speedrun?
Good question. Let me look that up.
Yeah, while you're looking that up,
I mean, just like look through like your Twitch VODs or something.
Yeah, about
it's-
that.
yeah, he doesn't get Twitch VODs.
Oh no. Yeah, no. I just forget to save them.
Yeah, you should set it so that it auto-saves them.
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, because on my profile it's like, oh yeah, I have all these run records, which were verified
Yeah.
by the people, but it's no longer up.
Yeah,
I've only have one on YouTube, so
Your VODs end up getting deleted after a month
yeah.
because you don't choose to save them. But as someone who's affiliated,
Oops.
you can choose to have them up for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, so you can have them up for longer.
Yeah.
And partners can have them up eternally. So
Yeah, which is well, actually, you know, that entire thing I was gonna say is just out the window. I mean, it would, well, like, wait, Ninja got like immediately on partner when he moved to Mixer, right? Like that was an immediate thing.
yeah, and his channel got taken down.
Oh, it's like down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
straight
there's just
up.
like a message saying, like, the
Saying-
streamer's in another castle.
Yeah.
You know, just memeing the hell out of his channel.
Yeah, and then it was kind of funny because, like, for the first week of him being gone, it was just, like, recommendations along the bottom that literally no other streamer's page, when they disappeared off the platform, had that. It was just for Ninja, and it was just, like, recommendations of other streamers on Twitch.
I remember that whole controversy. He's like, I did not authorize y'all to do this to my channel. Except he didn't say that. He doesn't say y'all, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I just say that because I'm like, I'm in Alberta. I have to.
Yeah.
I'm legally required to say y'all at least 3 times a day.
same.
Okay, so my last run was 9 months ago.
Oh.
9
boy.
months.
Yeah.
You should do another one.
Yeah, you should do the full series run.
No.
For charity.
Mm,
Do a 24-hour charity stream, do the full Walking Dead series run.
fuck.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
They have it released as one whole game pack now,
that is true.
so it makes it accessible.
True.
Plus, you play
Yeah.
on Xbox anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. The Xbox is a thing. Also,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that? The goddamn naming series for Xbox now?
Oh yeah, the
Like the-
Xbox One X Series X.
Apparently now they're just calling that new Xbox just Xbox.
Yeah,
And
'cause it's
people are like, that's not confusing at all. Xbox, Xbox One,
Xbox 360,
60,
Xbox
Xbox
One,
One,
Xbox
One
One
S,
S,
Xbox One X, Xbox.
Yeah.
What
Also-
happened there?
Sorry, can we talk about how it looks like a tiny mini fridge?
Yeah, which is fine.
It looks
yeah.
like a fucking PC.
Which is fine.
But it's
like, I
way
like it.
smaller. Like compared to my PC tower,
Yeah.
it's like a third of the size, which
Yeah.
is fine. It still uses discs.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't go all digital for it.
We shouldn't go completely all digital.
I think, yeah, like all digital is not nice.
It's not.
No.
It's extremely inconvenient, especially when you want to have like a shit ton of games, but you don't have a shit ton of storage.
Yeah.
Also, that fucking box can barely fit under most people's TVs with the sort of like TV shit they have, so it'd have to sit beside. I mean, your shelves for your TV are actually pretty big. You could easily fit the fucking big ass
Yeah,
box in
but
there.
I don't.
At least, like, on its
you
side.
also notice that I don't put my consoles on my TV shelf. I put them next to it.
Not to
Yeah,
mention, I think this Xbox might maybe have a feature where you can just like
Where you
feature.
can lay it down.
Yeah, it might just have like some rubber feet on the side.
I hope so. If it
Kinda like
has
with
to
the
stay
original
vertical, that'd be
PS2.
really, really dumb.
Yeah, the original PS2, you could stand it as a tower, or you could have it laying flat.
Yeah, or like the Xbox 360 Slim,
Yeah.
the really crappy 4 gig memory one,
Yeah.
Oh God.
which yes, I still have.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that
it
the one
works.
that was like sitting beside your TV
Yeah,
before?
I put that in my room now.
I remember when I got like like when we got our Xbox 360 with the Kinect, it was the 4 gig model. We're like,
Gross.
it's like, thinking about it now, why the hell did Xbox or Microsoft actually sell a console with 4 gigs of memory?
Quick buck.
Well, because then people could just get it, play the 1 or 2 games that they play, because if you have Call of Duty on a disc, you could just play Call of Duty. A lot of people just wanted to do that.
Yeah, the problem was when, with the online thing, updates happen.
Yeah.
And when updates happen, that shit gets saved to local storage.
Yep.
So, your 4 gigs is going to be gone even if you have discs.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, why sell a console with 4 gigs of storage?
Quick buck.
I mean, you're not wrong. At least when we got our Xbox, what we did is we just attached, one of those 500 gig external drives we had at the time, and we were like, cool, now we can install Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Also, great game.
Very good game. One of the best Lego games.
It was it's still, to me, thinking about it, you still have, actually, the 4 gig console.
Yeah. And
It's
I'm gonna get, a terabyte drive for it. Because why not?
Yeah, I mean, use it.
Use the Seagate ones or whatever.
It's weird to me.
It's also kind of ridiculous now, though, because a terabyte drive can hold 10 AAA games.
Yeah,
Because
It's
AAA
huge
games
now.
these days are 90 gigs to 150 gigs.
I remember.
It
I
is
re-
ridiculous.
I remember when I first installed GTA 5.
Oh.
That shit was somewhere between 20 and 60 gigs or something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range, because I am not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Uh?"
Yeah.
For those who cannot see our face, which is everybody, I'm very surprised.
Yeah. While doing a Tim Allen noise.
Huh?
Just
Oh god.
Tim Allen.
What?
I don't know. Just it got loud for a second.
Is your audio recording still? Might want to check that.
What the fuck?
When did it stop?
18 minutes 52.
Okay, we're at 19:03 now.
This part of the podcast is dedicated to Morgan doing something. Namely,
No.
fuck.
Just
Just click on the timeline at the end.
yeah, go to the very end
Essentially, we're trying to get Morgan's mic plugged back
and
in.
then click there and then click record. Yeah, there you go.
So, just do the ding again. We'll edit this.
boy, ding time. Ding time.
Oh, that was a lot louder.
That was very loud.
It was loud. I'm sorry. That was weird.
That's okay. We forgive you.
I was literally just holding it and just unplugged and
This is why it's my main display right now.
Yeah.
Because then I
Mhm.
can see if it fucking dies.
yeah.
It's weird that you were having more of an issue. I'm recording on a MacBook.
Yeah, it's weird. You're running Audacity on a Mac?
Yeah, Audacity runs on a Mac. It's a native Mac application.
What the fuck?
It just runs.
Huh.
It's like
Weird.
Minecraft. It just runs.
Nice.
Unlike me.
Haha. Get it? Because that's why you bought a car.
Yeah.
The Nissan
How much was
Micra,
it?
everyone.
16? That
10.
10,000? Yeah, your $10,000 not run machine.
Yeah.
Not run machine.
It
My
runs.
favorite way to
It
describe
runs
car.
well. Listen, it's what you really needed at the time, which was a car.
Yeah.
And it's a nice car.
Oh, yeah.
Nice enough.
It's a cute boy.
I mean,
Yeah.
it gets you around, and it's fashionable.
Yeah.
Fashionable.
I love how
I mean, the color is really
Oh,
nice.
the color's
and
fucking
like,
nice.
And like it's small enough to fit into nice places, but it's also.
Damn.
I just love how
Damn
unsure.
nice.
I just love how
Sure.
unsure you were about saying that. It's like,
Just don't know
Small
words.
enough to fit into nice places.
One.
Just like me.
Haha. Get it?
Hey.
Because I'm short.
Haha. Get it?
Haha.
Beautiful.
oh my gosh.
Ugh. So,
No.
Os.
question for our guest.
Oh no.
Oh
So, you started getting commissions recently.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
no! Oh, does that mean money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting an amount of money from commissions,
It's not too much at the moment,
but it's a nice amount.
it's enough to be extra.
And to just buy things on Wish.com.
You're not wrong.
That is all you do with
Actually,
any
I
of your
bought
extra
I
money.
bought your Christmas present with with commission money. So
That's fair.
yeah.
Which
Thank
was
you for
a
sponsoring Josh's Christmas gift.
yay. It was a the gift was a ramen chicken noodle soup sweater.
Ramen chicken noodle soup.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Ramen noodles with chicken flavoring.
Is that not the same thing?
I don't know.
Uh,
But it's ramen.
maybe.
It's not chicken noodle.
Yeah, ramen chicken noodle
That's
soup.
weird. I don't like that. I don't
You-
like the way you say it.
Sweet. I got an email from Steam saying War Thunder, new update.
Nice.
Anyways,
Fuck is
continue.
War Thunder?
It's like World of Tanks,
it's one
only
of
with
those.
planes
Oh.
Like,
and tanks.
You remember like good old Ewan from school, right?
Yes.
And how he just was obsessed with everything military.
Yeah.
That's the kind of game he would play.
Okay.
So basically, it's just another fucking tank game that nobody needs or wants except for all the warheads.
Those are
Yeah,
good.
warheads.
I mean, like, World of Tanks is fun.
Yeah.
It
World of
is-
Warships is better.
World of Warships is better.
I have not played any of them because they all seem the same to me.
Warships is superior to tanks.
You know what's even better, though? Tanks on addictinggames.com.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
That game is
man.
Bonkers.
Gold.
Addicting games. I don't even
And Doodle
remember
War.
the
and
last
Kitten Cannon.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Remember
Kitten
Kitten
Cannon.
balloons.
Madness
I don't
Interactive.
remember
Oh,
any of these.
What about Interactive Buddy?
Okay, Interactive Buddy was
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
great.
Just like it was like before any of us could actually play like
Games.
before I was allowed to play GTA or anything like that. That was my way of putting abuse onto a virtual character.
Yes.
There you go.
And then when I
Yes.
bought GTA 5, I could just run them over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, oh god, like, and you could put skins on the fucking like buddy dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so great.
Like,
I
wasn't
got
one
so
of them
many
like?
points in that game.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember the movie. Fuck. Like, I feel like one of the only words that's coming to mind right now is Beavis, but I don't think there was a Beavis skin on the
I
fucking
know
like.
that there was what's his name? What's his name?
Y'all.
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get
Actually?
Nick Cage
Yeah.
on him. You could get Nick Cage
And there
on
was
the
also,
buddy. And then there was also like a script engine on it. So you could write in a script
Hmm.
and it would be like on mouse pointer put fire. So when your mouse got close to them, it would light the guy on fire and he would just infinitely
Pain.
bounce around the
Yeah.
stage on fire.
It was beautiful.
And you were just like, hey, I am evil child.
Another one I always loved on there was the what was it? It was this one where you would fire a test dummy from a cannon.
Oh,
And you would have to fire him from a cannon in such a way where he could reach the end of the level, but you can't move him because it's just a test dummy.
yeah.
Can't remember what that one's
I
called.
know what you're
I-
talking about. Though.
It sounds familiar, but I have no idea what it's called.
Mhm.
It's,
Also, I straight up spent months playing Doodle War. like I actually unlocked everything in the game.
Wait, what's that game called with the stick figure guy with the changing colored pants?
What?
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Did he like dance to?
I don't think he danced, but it was a platformer, and there's
Oh, that one. Yeah, I know what you're talking
yeah
about.
yeah the
Okay.
platformer with like
Yeah.
the color changing shorts on the stick
It
dude.
wasn't Stick Samurai.
No, it wasn't Stick Samurai.
No.
Like now I'm like
Huh.
what
Okay,
was
what
that?
about the real classic, The Classroom?
Oh.
What
yeah.
the classroom?
It's the one where it's like a bunch of like circles that are the characters. It's like top down, and you have to
Yeah.
like cheat to pass your tests from various people in the classroom, and you have to sneak around and like hide from the teacher and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, the only game that I ever remember playing was the fucking the boy.
Ah, yes,
forgot
the
his name.
boy.
The one that he was talking about before with the light him on fire thing. I forgot.
What about Spank the Monkey?
Oh God,
No.
no, just no. Everything. I think it
I
was just
seem
called.
to also
like-
remember like an infinite number of Garfield fan
Yeah.
games. Him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
Yeah,
that.
you guys remember this guy?
Yeah.
Like orange pants, sort of like the flamey hair.
Yeah.
I don't think
What
I ever
was
played
that?
that one.
I know it's just
Then
calling
again, I
coming up
never
as
finished a
Stickman
game until
Games
recently,
right now.
So
But I don't feel like it was called Stickman Games.
Hmm.
But yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Well, now all I'm thinking is cool math games with Mighty Guy. Mighty Guy was a fun one.
Yeah.
Cool Math Games was great.
Cool math games was awesome,
I
even
still-
though
I
I
still go
was
on that
very
website every
shitty
now and
at it.
then.
Hearing like cool math games makes me think of how I was like how we were forced to play typing games
Ugh,
Yes.
in
Yeah.
school,
that was awful.
and how they're like, oh, you have to use home row.
No.
Nobody uses home row.
Yeah, no,
I don't
it's
think
the
I've-
most
Except the only
uncomfortable
people
way
who
to-
did that were like preppy
boomers.
schoolgirls.
Yeah.
Happy boomers.
Like,
Just the boomers that use home row. It's the boomer typing method.
yeah, no, but like if you have like a few super smart girls in your class, they were always, back
Sit
straight,
pretty, and they would be
feet
like,
feet flat on the
and you
ground,
could like, wait, if this was like,
left hand on ASDF,
And then your other
Right
hand on
hand on-
JKL.
JKL, colon,
Oh God.
cool.
and then thumbs on the space bar.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I forget. I don't
God, I
remember
hated
exactly
those people.
who our teacher was at that time. Like that actually got us to do those. But it's like I would be playing those games trying to do home row, and I was like, "This is frustrating.
Yeah.
This is really frustrating." And then I would
wrap my
I
head
would
around
compare
it.
my typing speed with home row, and the weird way I type right now. It's like I'm getting like 180 words per minute with the way I type right now, and I was getting like 40 with home row. I was like, H.
Well, especially think about me with my gimp
Yeah.
gimp ass pinkies.
Yeah, your gimp ass pinkies really
Pinky up.
fuck you up.
Pinky
You
up?
can't even
yeah, I'd
pinky
fucking
up.
love to.
Proud.
Wouldn't it just be great if your pinky worked?
Right?
Wouldn't that be cool?
Just wouldn't it?
It'd be so cool, but it doesn't, and I'm sad.
Wouldn't
sorry.
it be nice if...
You can hear me from down here.
I don't understand like their fascination with getting us all to type the same way.
Because they
Well-
want us to all be the same, and that's weird.
It was
gonna
okay.
help,
It was
it's gonna
funny.
help you with not getting a strain. So now every time I go up to a computer, my fingers immediately go on WASD. Even if I don't
Exactly.
plan on gaming,
Yeah.
that's where my left hand
Yep.
falls.
Yep.
WASD and then right hand on the mouse.
Yep.
Every time.
Literally always.
Rise
Even if
up
I'm
ga-
watching a YouTube video, I'm ready to walk.
Me being the
I'm a
artist, my hand
walkout.
always falls onto Control Shift Z.
But you're an artist, not a
Yeah.
gamer.
Yeah, but
Cringe.
It's Yeah, I suppose it depends what you do more often on your computer.
Yeah.
It's like if you do art more often, then you're gonna like your hands are gonna fall where near the keys you use the most.
Yeah.
Well, my right hand's usually on the mouse and my left. Well.
You use your left hand?
Oh shit, I messed that up.
You could have just said you're ambidextrous and gotten out the whole thing, but instead you just exposed yourself to the
No!
entire 3 people that listen to this podcast all the way through.
Exposed, they know I masturbate with left.
I mean, hey, you gotta balance out the muscles.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's like you
Just,
know, I'm
I spend 1
ambidextrous.
month on my right hand, the next month on the left. I on the left hand month, I do that on the months that have 31 days. The extra day helps.
Yes.
I hated every single word that came out of your mouth just then.
Yeah,
Every single one.
that was awful.
I mean, it's like it just depends where you are and your like your surroundings or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's like maybe if you're sitting on the toilet, it's like, oh, you know what? It's right hand's day today, but maybe you're in bed. It's like I need the right hand to browse the porn and then the left hand.
No,
To
you
do
just
all
went
the
left.
No, I taught myself how to effectively hold and scroll through my phone with only my left hand. Just so that I could do that.
I mean, you do you.
I
Where
mean-
other
But
people?
then again,
don't
I
get-
I also am actually ambidextrous, so
Okay.
Can you write with your
In
left hand?
quotations.
yes, not very
No.
well because I don't do it often.
No, he has to left with his left hand.
y'all.
You know what? You
He
could
can't
just
write
stop
with the
recording right now and just walk
You
out
can
into your
sleep in
Nissan
your
Micra.
car.
Bad joke.
My
Stop
phone
looking at
just
me weird.
vibrated on my cock.
Sorry.
Anyway,
The
good
phone
story.
just vibrated on his cock.
Alright.
That's what he's saying.
My cock had the vert.
Hot.
I tried to call it a vert.
Why? That was vert.
Yeah, it's the sound the phone makes.
Vert,
Vert.
You're not wrong.
I think it'd be like I think you just spell it like a bunch of V's then BBT, so it's vip, vip.
No, it'd be a bunch of V's, BRT.
Yeah.
How to spell sounds.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh my fucking god!
I love it.
It's brilliant. It's beautiful.
But what other sounds could we
Oh.
spell?
The sound when something wet slaps against a softer surface. It goes plop. It's just like the plop sound.
The plap.
Plop.
Yeah.
Plop. It's great.
How do you make that sound though? Can you
I'm
please
not wet
demonstrate?
Right now.
I'm not wet right now. Yes, we're all in the room looking at you. We can tell.
Look.
I'm
Keep looking at me like that. I'll be wet pretty soon.
Oh.
Hot.
Aww. Mine's the pussy lips quiver.
Ugh, don't
I
say
would
quiver. Quiver is such a weird word.
I hate that
What?
word.
It holds your arrows.
I
Like-
actually like the word quiver is almost it's well. Here's the thing: quiver is worse than moist. That is my
Yes.
official
No.
stance.
No.
Okay,
Moist.
quiver.
Moist, I'm okay with. Quiver?
Your lip quivers.
Ew.
Yeah, but your lip also gets moist, so fuck.
I always bring up the exact same example to people. I'm like, would you rather have a wet cake or a moist?
A moist. I'd rather have a moist cake.
It
It's
depends
like-
on the context
Why
of
the
the
fuck
word.
would I want to have a wet cake? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well,
Just a sopping wet, dripping
don't
piece
get
of
me
cake.
started on the amount of things that are wrong with me. I could go on for hours.
Disgusting.
That's a podcast episode in its own.
Yeah, I like to eat my cake in the pool.
Cake in the ocean. Oh.
Does that just mean like eating ass in the bathtub?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
You know, let's say that's the analogy.
Less sand in the coochie that way.
You're not wrong.
My mom
Sand
was always that person that's just like, why would anybody ever have sex on the beach that's so unsanitary and you get sand in your coochie?
It's fun. It's an experience.
It's like, okay, but have you heard of towel?
Have you ever heard of crabs?
Have you ever heard of nude beach?
Have you ever heard
nudist
of-
I've never
beach.
been to a nude
Those
beach.
are
I'd
fun.
like to go.
I've never
I
been
would
to
love
one,
to go.
but I feel like I'll want to.
All of us. Okay.
And I'll see if there's any in Vancouver, and I'll let you guys
No.
know how they are.
No, God, Vancouver, that
Why
would
the
be
fuck would I
cold.
go to Vancouver?
I don't
I'm
know.
going to California,
At least
if
then people
anything.
would be polite on the beaches.
I'm sorry,
Polite.
Canadian nudists being polite on a beach
I mean,
in
it
Vancouver?
matches all the Actually, no, they would. You know, I'm not going to say what I was going to say about Vancouver. I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
don't.
I know
That's-
what you're gonna say.
That's not, it's not
just-
a thing.
Let's just say they wouldn't be white.
Shut up.
Stop! You had to say it.
I'm sorry,
we all
they
knew
destroyed
what
the
you were
housing
gonna
market
say.
in Vancouver. It
We-
costs
we
$1 million
could all
to own a
assume-
house your size.
We could all assume what you were going to say. You,
And you
said
said
you
it.
wouldn't say it, and then you fucking did.
Well,
This is the problem with college kids.
they think they're so politically
Just,
right.
just put every
No,
college
it's like-
kid
it's like
into
ev-
one little group.
Well, it's like
No.
everybody that goes to the University of Alberta
Uh-huh.
thinks they're so fucking much better than everyone else.
Well,
U of
yeah.
A is the snootiest university in Alberta.
It is.
Valid.
It totally
Probably.
is.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Like people come out of there think they're just like the hottest shit.
Yeah.
I went into this college. My name was Trevor. I came out Big Hoss.
Big hoss.
You could
Probably.
not here. They would just come out with a bigger truck.
Yeah, the truck is named Hoss.
Just 'cause they go to
does that mean
university,
that the
like-
truck's name was Trevor before? Wait.
No, their
'Cause I
name's
mean-
still Trevor.
Okay.
The only reason I say the things I say about Vancouver is because I have people there who know exactly fucking why everything is shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, they know why a house the size of your house costs $1 million.
Yeah.
This
my house
house
is
would-
very not worth that at all.
Like,
I
the
wish.
the plot of land that you inhabit, if this was Vancouver, would probably go for a nice $5,000 or more.
Half
like-
grand?
Or no,
We
half.
go for a whole
half-
$500,
Damn.
everyone.
I
was gonna say- I was
could
gonna
do
say-
a whole paycheck's worth and
I was
buy
gonna
this
say a
house and more.
$500,000. Like a $500,000 would be the land under your house if it was Vancouver. That's not even
Bro, I
including
fucking
building.
wish
Like, I
houses
know
in
my house
Vancouver.
isn't worth that much, but fuck.
Listen,
You didn't have to call me out.
it was an accidental burn. It's like accidentally putting your hand on a candle, which you know is hot, but
You
you're
do
like,
it
it's
anyway.
far enough away from the flame. This shouldn't hurt.
I'm so confused. What?
Bruh, what?
Fuck.
Listen,
What do you do in your spare time?
Goes
well,
to
I mean,
college.
one time I shot myself in the chest with a BB gun to see
What
if it would
the
hurt.
fuck is your
Fun fact, it did.
No
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Oh.
One time I threw lighter fluid in a fire and was scared when it caught fire. So, like, I'm the worst person to go to for reasonable explanations of things.
I'm so proud.
Like, why is gas $1.47? I don't know. Liberals.
I mean, yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes, but no.
What do you mean, no?
You can't blame liberals. You
Yes,
can
I
blame
can.
The liberal government.
Liberals are terrible.
Oh.
I mean, they might be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
This just turned into a whole different type of podcast. Jesus.
turns the freaking frogs gay!
No, that's not liberal. That's just stupid.
That's just no.
Anyways.
So,
So.
I need a pulling thread.
Trains.
Trains.
Yes, there's a train going by.
Sorry.
Yeah, welcome to this town.
Welcome
Where
to...
the just underneath the entire town slogan, there's just this nice in parentheses train horn.
You're not wrong.
I wish, actually.
Welcome to town, train horn.
Perfect. Okay.
No.
Okay.
When you're driving and you have to stop because a train is passing,
Yeah.
what is like your go-to thing to do while you're waiting? Because sometimes trains take like fucking 10 minutes.
Usually I will pull out my phone, go to Instagram, and start recording a story of how I'm waiting for a train.
I just stare.
I mean,
into
I would also
space.
put the car in park, and depending on the
Yeah.
weather, I'd just turn the car off.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it takes that long.
Yeah.
You're just waiting at the train tracks. You're like, well, I'm just wasting gas then.
I usually just kind of like look at one car, look in between two cars, and just follow that gap. Just kind of,
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like,
Wow.
just turn your...
It's
kind of
going.
like space out and be like,
How you try and count all the cars on the train?
no.
I've done that too many times, and I lost count halfway through. And I was
You get angry at yourself, like,
God
God damn it!
Do
Why?
it again. Do it again.
It's like, one,
All right, train, come back. I need to
13
recount.
shit.
Just-
But yeah, that's always fun, just trying to count them, and it's just like, oh,
And then you just kind of get like sort of like
You get to,
really
like-
excited when you see the end of the train
Yeah.
finally go through.
yeah, that's like,
okay, there was this one
Yeah,
time.
we get to start moving again, and
It
then
was
you
a
get
shorter
bored
train.
because Alberta highways are too fucking straight.
yeah.
What about straight? What?
Alberta highways
Oh,
are too
okay, yeah.
straight.
Yeah,
I mean, the people here are also too straight.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, welcome to Alberta, where everything's conservative and oil.
Oil.
Oil can be gay.
They're turning the frickin' oil gay?
They're turning the frickin' oil gay!
Don't judge it for its sexuality.
You know, it's big if true.
It
If the
helps
oil is turning
you-
gay, we will support the oil more.
Yeah.
But right now I can't. If it's just straight oil,
Yeah, and
The fact
also,
that makes sense
yeah,
really hurts me. Like,
It does
I know
make
it's a
sense.
joke, but,
like, why does that?
like, it's fuck's sakes.
yeah, and it's funny how you know, all of our cooking oil is basically prostitution.
Oh
You
god.
get extra virgin, and then you just buy it, and it just has to linger around until you're done with it.
Oh god, stop.
No. Don't ruin my extra virgin oil. I gave that to my mother.
Wow, no take backs, huh?
Oh,
I went to Italy. I got extra virgin olive oil from Italy, and I
Yeah.
brought it back as a present from my
You
mother.
got oil as a present for your mom.
She does a lot of cooking. She
Okay.
likes olive oil.
Okay.
Why did it have to be Italian?
and why did
Because
it
I
have to be
was
extra
in
virgin?
Italy.
Must be nice.
You should have just, like, brought back a baguette.
A sweater.
Baguette.
Wrong fucking country, you cunt.
Same difference.
I mean, I
Just
Just
was
get
there.
some of that salty cheese.
Salty cheese.
You mean all cheese?
Bro, what?
All cheese is salty if you put salt on it.
Like, yeah, but also
Oh, this
no.
Monterey Jack is too salty.
Quote of the century.
If anybody in any existence of any kind ever was to call Swiss cheese salty, I think I would fucking off myself.
Same.
I think I would just turn off my life support at that point.
Just like, doctor, if you hear the long beep, just don't come by. I'm fine. I'm in a better place.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, it's like, also like, you know, speaking of Italy, you want to know what was You know what? I'm just gonna not ask the question and just go straight into the answer. The best pasta I had was in Italy, and the best pizza I had was in France.
Okay.
Fun fact: I'm pretty sure the French. Wait.
I know
Wait,
this
who
fact.
who
I
inven-
know this fact. Try and say it.
The Italians didn't invent pizza.
Yes, correct.
Cool. I was like, wait.
It was America that did it.
Oh shit.
New York.
Good old fucking
Excuse
New York. The New
Yeah.
York of America.
Well, I mean, Italians were there, but
Yeah, I mean, the Italians helped.
But the typical New York
In
pizza
quotation.
is pepperoni and Italian sausage.
I could go for some sausage
yeah,
right now.
I actually read that fact in a bathroom reader.
Yeah. And
You know
that's-
those books that your mom used to get for her birthday?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That was just kept in her bathroom.
Oh yeah, we had like one of those like we had a thing on the wall that would go like this, like sort of like as a, like a V, but with like the one side falling over, so you could store books in it,
Yeah.
and
We-
there'd just
we
be
did, like magazines and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
like you could read like the pigeon that really wanted to drive a bus or whatever.
What?
What?
What are you reading?
Did you guys not read that
No.
as a child ever?
I read Little Critters and Berenstain Bears.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
actually,
we did
I
actually
read
have
Dr.
those by
Seuss,
our
and that's
toilet
it.
growing up. But there's this one book in particular, like the pigeon that wanted to drive the bus or whatever. The pigeon wants to drive the bus, and it's just this bus driver who's like, "Hey, I need to leave the bus for a while. There's a pigeon. Can you make sure it doesn't drive the bus?" And then this pigeon just kind of like badgering you, just like looking at you, it's like, "Hey, there's a bus over there. You mind if I just like, grab the wheel, drive the bus?" What? I can't drive the bus.
Why not?
Why not? Let me drive the bus. That's the whole fucking book.
I want to read
He
it.
has dreams. He goes to sleep and has dreams of driving the bus. It's just
You know, I thought some people were bored.
It's just like he's just like
That-
you know what?
I feel
Fine,
like
I guess
that-
I won't drive the bus. And then he goes to sleep and he's just like standing up,
And he waddled
dreaming
away.
about driving a bus. I'm like,
Till he
I want you to drive the bus. I really do. But the back of my mind that's controlling how this story turns out just won't let you drive the bus.
And the pigeon walked up to the bus station, and he said to the
bus-
man driving the bus,
Hey,
"Hey, beep,
bop,
beep,
bop, bop.
beep. Can I drive?" and the bus driver said, "No."
And the bus
And the bus driver.
the bus
Freaking-
driver.
The butcher driver.
The bus driver.
The bus driver said no.
And he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Till the very next
Stop
day.
with your
Ba,
phone.
ba, 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 ba. This what are we doing?
Oh my god!
We've been recording for 50 minutes and have not said shit.
No, we've said stuff. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's
We're
just
just
kind of
having
like,
a grand old time.
we're just
And I'm
following
We're
our
just fondling our balls.
inspirations.
Our special guest has said 10 words.
Probably.
Oh, there's 11.
Congratulations!
Oh, there's. Oh God.
Oh man, there's 15.
Congratulations! You
Too
were
many.
you were the new monk.
Yes.
Yeah, you're more monk than Morgan is. Morgan actually had a full topic to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, there hasn't been anything that I can talk about because I don't know anything about anything.
I mean,
That's
honestly,
like me.
fair.
Except grocery store stuff.
You know how do taxes?
It's not that hard, actually.
See, I've never done taxes.
Wow, coward, do it.
You just
TurboTax.
take money. No, you take
Tax
numbers
season's
and you
coming up.
take numbers and you mush them together and boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just
make sure it's right.
Yeah.
That's about it. Line 52
Yeah.
or
What?
something like that.
Something like that.
Welcome to the podcast where Morgan talks about how taxes work.
Number 52.
Line 52.
Burger King foot lettuce.
The last thing you want on your tax reporting form is somebody's foot fungus.
But it turns out that might be just what you get.
Beautiful.
Somebody stepped on my form, and now it's mold. Oh!
Ah!
Can paper mold?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that can get moist can mold.
I didn't know that
Can
paper
I
could
mold?
mold.
Yes.
Yes.
Ugh.
I'm an artist, and I didn't know that paper could mold.
You draw on a computer.
I used to draw traditionally. It was really bad.
If
mean-
your paper is dried properly.
I mean,
then-
the other day when we were working, when you were drawing the Persona, you were
Mhm.
drawing on paper.
Yeah. Like, I draw traditionally every now and then. It's not a normal thing for me anymore. Like, when I first started out, yeah, I was 110% traditional because that's all I had at that time. But since I got my drawing tablet, my older drawing tablet, that's all I used to use. Because
Yes.
my
Mm.
brain was like, I
Like-
can transfer my traditional skills onto digital.
It's also probably easier to just, like, if you need to, like, erase and make mistakes on digital.
Oh
so.
god, it's so much easier because like traditional, you see the lines still and you get eraser bits everywhere and it's just annoying as hell. But when you're digital, you don't see any lines or there's no eraser bits. It's great. And it's just like all the colors are a lot more crisper and like
CRISPR.
don't judge how I speak.
Don't
they're
judge
just-
your wife.
They're more saturated, and I can actually tell what color is which, rather than crayons, where it's like, I think this is a blue, and then it turns out purple.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah,
It's like
there's my bit. Anyways.
I was told magenta is just like an optical illusion, and it's not actually a color that exists.
It's technically not a color, but it is.
I've been told magenta is just like our.
technically, we can't see it, but we can.
I've been told it's like our brain's interpolation of like something that's at like the furthest end of the color spectrum, and like the infrared trying to become a color,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
More
it's
or
not
less.
actually a color,
Well,
which
the,
just like doesn't
the
make
thing
sense.
is, I'm pretty sure what it is like, because any color that we can see is a color, right? It's just we only see color in the way that the human eye is able to see it. So we don't necessarily see every aspect of color.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, like, if you take a really bright color or whatever, colorblind people, see color way differently than
They
what we
only
do.
see in 40s movies.
I hate you, basically, because that's kind of accurate.
Yeah.
I see people all the time like upload videos to YouTube. It's like, this is what M&Ms look like to me because I'm colorblind, and I'm like, so you see in sepia tone? That's what this looks like.
You see in World War II documentary?
What?
There's stuff going on, but is it?
But also, the the people who make those memes of, this is how I see M&Ms because I'm colorblind, then how'd you make the fucking meme then?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's called an editor.
Or maybe,
Valid, but
or
also
maybe they
if a colorblind person learns,
like what kind of colorblind they are, then they could create a video accurately based on that information they have and hope it's right.
but also depending on what you learn about certain colors, like if you're taught your entire life that blue is red, you'll believe that blue is red. Right?
Yeah.
So under that same vein, when you're taught that red is red and you can't properly see red, you'll never actually know what that is. But whatever you do see, colorblind or not, you'll always think is red.
It's true. Color is subjective.
So nobody can really actually ever know properly what a colorblind person does see. It's impossible to actually represent that.
Yes.
I also just realized that my mic is red and it says blue, and I'm really confused now.
Oh, remember when we were at Long and McQuaid the other day?
Yeah.
I was speaking into a red blue microphone,
Yep.
Yeah.
and I was like, Something's not right here.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. Anyways,
I gotta pick up more instruments from that place.
Do
I
it.
really
yeah.
do.
I'm
You see
definitely
that
gonna get
one.
that one sit drum.
Oh yeah, fucking do it.
I
'Cause
want
then we
that-
could.
I want
Because
that
here's the
Jamaican
thing, we
drum.
could actually like legit make acoustic covers with me all the way in Edmonton.
Mhm.
Well, exactly.
Because I can record my piano bits and whatnot, and we can
Well,
still
yeah.
do it.
And
And then you could just record the boom clap,
boom de clap de clap,
boom boom clap, boom
boom,
clap
clap,
de clap part on your fucking box that you want to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
was
that little Jamaican drum they had there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are awesome.
that was pretty cheap.
We
for-
need to you need to get more instruments so then we can integrate them into the music so then you can become part of the band.
yeah,
I also want a gong.
yes.
Yeah, you really want that gong.
I really want that
How
gong.
much is a gong these
You
days?
want it?
58 a month
$58 a month
to rent.
for
To rent.
I'm gonna maybe next time I'm there I'll ask if they could bring
have
one in.
extra gongs.
Yeah, or if they could like bring one in and I can just pay like that rent fee per month and then like
Yeah.
kind of like a rent to own.
Yeah, that's because that's what they do there along McQuaid. Because like essentially that
Not sponsored.
that box drum that I was
Mhm.
sitting on, you could essentially be like, okay, $75 a month until I pay off the 370 that it is.
Morgan, I have good news for you.
Hmm.
If you want to get a gong, there's a 30-inch gong that is $650.
Fuck yeah.
So that's like, just a little over 2 feet, which is actually a
Okay.
decent sized gong. I mean, it would be good size for this house.
Yeah, is it at this place we were at or?
Yeah, it's a 30-inch
shit.
gong for $644.99. plus
Nah,
tax.
but he wants the fucking 4-foot wide one.
You want the 4-foot
Yeah.
wide gong?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, if you want,
I don't want a
if you-
desk gong.
If
Come
you want
on.
a 34-inch gong, you can get that for $2.4 grand.
Fuck. Ugh.
Whoa.
Holy shit! I'll just rent it then.
Yeah, you could just rent it and then just not keep it forever.
What
Yeah.
about how much would the fucking
And the thing is,
the
that's
one
not even
from
including the
Indiana
stand.
Jones cost then?
Too
Like
much.
the 8-foot one?
Because, like, here's the thing, like, the gong itself is $2.4 grand,
Yeah.
but then you also need $140 for the stand because the gong itself has to
Yeah.
be purchased separately.
Oh shit.
Unless you're purchasing that 30-inch one, in which case I think it comes with a stand.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could get a tabletop gong for
No.
$180.
I'm not doing a tabletop. I want one that stands on the floor. And every time someone follows me on Twitch, I can just, oh shit, a new follower.
Yeah,
I
the
want
tabletop one is 12 inches, I believe.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's so cute.
I don't want that.
It is cute.
I mean, it's nice, but I don't want it.
I have a stock sound sample
Uh-huh.
that I use in some of the songs for Ramen Rejects. That's a very, very slow rise, and what it is it's a like 3-minute long audio clip of a like 3-foot by 3-foot gong, and
That's a square gong.
and then it's just reversed. Wow,
Square gong.
I hate that. But yeah, it's just reversed, and the entire clip for it to actually like fade all the way out is more than 3 minutes long. So every time I use it, I just
You just
squeeze.
squeaky.
But yeah, it makes a really nice sound too. It's very ambient.
Speaking of our music coming
Yeah.
out December 21st.
Or maybe it's already out by the time this podcast
Who
goes
knows?
Who knows how
Because who the
quickly?
fuck is editing this?
See,
No,
that's
probably
the thing.
me.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably
Usually.
you.
Not me.
I mean, I probably could.
All the
you do it?
audio's already here.
True.
You're not wrong.
True.
Accurate.
But anyway, yeah, we're releasing an EP soon
Yeah.
on December 21st. It's just in case you feel alone. songs made by the two of us, mostly Josh.
Yeah.
Just in case you're feeling alone.
Just in case you feel alone, you should listen to our EP because it supports small artists. like
Yeah,
us.
it'll be out on the 21st. A lot of it was made by Josh. I made like some chords and piano solos, and then Josh did the rest.
I was just kind of
'cause-
sitting in the background.
Yeah, I'm just
I
kind
got
of
to
I'm just
listen
kind
to
of
every song
busy
before it
with
went out. So boom.
I'm just kind of like busy with university and crying.
Hopefully,
I
over
mean-
next year, while you're not in university, we can actually work on a
Make more
project
music.
together,
That'd be
But-
really
but
good.
yeah.
properly together.
Yeah. And also, if anyone actually like you should listen to the music because it is music and it is good. if you go to Ramen Rejects on Spotify or Apple Music or surprisingly Napster, I don't know how the fuck that's a thing still.
It's also on the Sound Library on TikTok and on Instagram stories.
And on Tidal because people still use Tidal for some reason.
In theory, it's on iHeartRadio, but we
See,
have no actual proof of that.
If anyone can confirm that our music is on iHeartRadio somewhere, we will give you a like on Twitter.
Yeah, if you go on iHeartRadio and you actually manage to find us on there, because we have approval emails from iHeartRadio that say our stuff is there.
But we can just
But-
not find like we have fancy links that we'll probably put in the description for like the music, and it's like a hyperfollow link that DistroKid gives us, and it's like every single place that our album or song or whatever is available. iHeartRadio shows up on there, but you click on that and it's like, I'm sorry, this page doesn't exist, and I'm like, I mean,
Are you sure about that?
it's not like I wanted to listen to our music on iHeartRadio, because who the fuck uses iHeartRadio?
But also, in that same event, if it was on iHeartRadio, we could actually submit it to radio stations.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Radio stations from cities all around the world.
Including
That's like
world.
literally the one really good thing about iHeartRadio is that you have the opportunity to actually be heard on the radio.
like if I could choose like to just put it on a few select like places, I would put it on like Spotify, Apple Music, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play,
Amazon.
Yeah, and that's about it.
Well, I would still put it on the smaller ones though, just because people use them. Like, it's a smaller number of people, but people still use it.
Hell, why don't we just put on MySpace?
Because that's not a music platform, dummy.
Can be.
Can be.
It's not your space, it's our space.
I come
Anyway.
from a land down under.
Yes, the national anthem of Australia.
Speaking of things that make you cry, what's the last thing that made you cry?
Coco. No.
No?
Mr. Rogers documentary.
Yes. For the last time I actually cried was my dog.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I almost cried today.
Yeah, I can understand
I
why.
was very distraught.
You work with some shitty people.
Yeah.
So do
I
I.
love my job, but I just hate certain people that I work with. Correction, I don't hate those people. I just hate working with them.
Like, here's a better question. Like, what's the last thing that you watched or, like, experienced that made you cry?
Infinity War.
'Cause all of you probably know what my
bawled
answer...
my fucking eyes out.
All of you probably know what my answer would be. Because I've talked about it a shit ton.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know.
I don't remember.
You tell him.
What's it called? It's a Disney thing.
Yeah.
World of Light? No, that's
That's-
Well, that
a
was that
live
was
show.
close to the
That's Smash.
latest one I've seen. It was Season of Light.
season.
Yeah, it was World of Color.
World of
Yeah.
Color.
And I have proof because I cried on my Instagram story when
Yeah,
I
I
went
know.
and saw it.
You sound awful when you cry. I mean,
Oh, I do. I do.
We all do.
And Josh knows that firsthand.
Yeah.
Everyone who watched Coco that
I-
weekend knows how I cry.
So
Yeah, it's just
That's
you
like
were in the
engraved in my
theater.
brain. I can't get it out.
You're just in the theater, and you're just like
No,
loudest fucking intake of air in human history.
during one of the most emotional parts of the movie too. It was dead quiet, not a child was screaming. And then you just hear me. Everyone looked at me. I'm like, no! No!
and
didn't want
instantly
to,
he
but I did.
regretted everything.
And it's like, as sad as Coco was, I don't know how that movie didn't make me cry. Like, the only other
Coco's
thing that
so
made me
good.
cry was, like, the ending of Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life.
Gilmore
Oh,
Girls.
fuck, that was a good ending.
Like, you remember the part of Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life where Lorelai is, like, crying, talking to her mother on, like, the top of a hill?
Yeah.
That got me. That really got me. And I'm like, I don't cry often unless it's, like, some sort of emotion, reminding me of some emotional...
Oh, God.
Mean.
There's been multiple parts of BoJack, like BoJack Horseman, that have really fucking tugged at me.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's a scene where he goes on a drug trip because he's depressed. He goes on a drug trip with one of his best friends, and she dies of a drug overdose. And he's just in the middle of this whole thing, and everything just instantly comes crashing down. And he's like, I need to fucking change. And it's like, whoa. Just this moment of just pure, like, all sound
Spoilers.
stops, all everything just well, I didn't say any names.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still.
You said BoJack.
Oh fuck, BoJack.
I mean, like also like kind of going back to our music. I mean, in Alone,
yeah,
the part where she's talking like sort of like on the answering machine, it's like every time I'm just kind of like,
Just-
Like,
shout out to my good friend Vyra Layton or Fire Elegy on Twitter. They are amazing.
they are. I always look forward to their tweets, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the random stuff from their D&D sessions, I think that they do on Discord
Yeah,
or something. It's just like
they're great.
it's incredible.
it's just everything I need to hear in a day.
Yeah, but yeah, Vyra did fantastic on those voice lines.
Yeah.
It was like I sent that over, and it was just like the raw unedited clips and everything. There's just random parts in between like these sad emotional whatever where it's just Vyra yelling at their cat. just like, what the fuck are you doing? It's brilliant.
It's like, yeah, like that's like when I first heard that, when you sent like this sort of
'Cause
like
you
close to
hadn't-
final,
You hadn't heard it since it was just an instrumental.
yeah, like I had been so busy I hadn't touched any of the music that we had started,
Mm-hmm.
and like when you sent like the near to final mix, like closer to the end of like this term for me, I was like, oh fuck, ooh, that hurts, it hurts, it's emotional.
But like that was the idea I had for the song, and
It worked.
It was like a lot of songs on the EP are concepts, right? Like they're something that's in my mind that relates to me, but also it's not talking about me. It's
Yeah.
talking about a character. The only one that's actually fully about me, well, two. The two that are about me are You and In Closing. Which the concept behind You is me talking to a mirror, my own mirror reflection, talking to myself.
Yeah. For me, like, the reason that, like, something like World of Color hits so hard is because also, like, for a lot of people, it's a nostalgia trip.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, like, also, like, sort of like this emotional trip. Like, you
A
remember...
nostalgia trip for a guy who's barely seen any Disney movies.
I've seen a decent amount of the ones that are
I
in World
know,
of
I'm
Color.
kidding.
But, like, it's like you go on this emotional trip back to moments that you've had connected to these movies, and then these movies in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Like it brought me back to like 2012 or so when and back when my family was whole and not in twain.
In twain.
I had to use that word just because it's great. It's a great word. But like
once you were betwixt the love of. Anyway.
But like back when my
Left.
parents weren't divorced. What are you two talking about? I like all the listeners at home to keep in mind we're all kind of spread out through the room listening to our own voices through the microphones.
It's fun. I'm having a blast.
But like every time like it gets to like, the fucking like you hear the first section of Up, you hear the first note, you hear the balloon rising. And all the balloons and you're like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
and it's
That
like I
was
think
a movie that made me cry.
and like I think of
It
like
wasn't for me.
I was crying in the first 5 minutes of that goddamn
Not
film.
me. Didn't
Me neither.
get to me. Like I was like, oh shit, that is sad, but didn't make me go.
It's just that's key storytelling when you can create an entire life from childhood to adulthood to boomer and then death in 5 fucking minutes and get so attached to the point where you know the ins and outs of that character.
I just hate that you said it that way.
Boomer.
But you know the ins and outs of that entire person's life as though you've known them through their entire life.
Yeah.
But it was 5 minutes.
And it's like I watched that show. It's a nostalgia trip. It's an emotional trip. I remember like my entire family, obviously before my parents divorced, going to Disneyland and seeing that show for the first time. It's like, holy shit. There's a reason I cried. There is definitely a reason. When you have such a strong emotional attachment.
Going back to the movies that made you cry, nothing has made me actually cry until Train of Busan, and
What is
recent one being that one anime one, which is either Silent Voice or the other name for it. But yeah, that one that one is every time I've watched that one, I've cried. I already know what's gonna happen, but I keep crying.
Or that one episode of Violet Evergarden.
God damn it,
Fuck.
don't bring that up.
Yeah, no, that's
That one,
I still have to
that
watch
one's
that.
hell.
ouchies.
Ooh, that
It's a
one's
lot of
hell.
ouchies.
The only anime I've seen is like that one I was watching with...
Inuyasha.
The only one I've seen...
Inuyasha.
There is only Inuyasha.
Nothing else.
What was the one we were watching?
Inuyasha.
What was the one we were watching on Netflix the one
High
day?
Score Girl.
Inuyasha. It was literally Inuyasha.
It was Inuyasha.
Was
yeah,
it?
we were watching
Yes.
that together.
The one where he's
Yes.
like trying to find his girl, this girl that he likes because they play fighting games and shit.
No,
No,
that was
no,
High
that-
Score
yeah.
Girls.
Okay.
Also, I don't like that one personally.
Cringe.
I think if I could say I've watched any anime, quote unquote, like
Inuyasha.
Just that one episode when you were here and then left.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's good anime, there's bad anime.
it's just hard
There's
for,
anime.
for me personally. It's hard to know where to start when you're just like there's such a plethora of options and so many people saying this is what you should start with. This is what you should.
There is no answer as to what you should start with. There's only an answer as to what you're interested in. Start with whatever. It's like watching any TV show.
Yes,
Yes.
but also Death Note is a great place to start.
No.
No,
keep
that
getting-
one's
they
a
keep
little
getting-
too...
Death Place is very...
Death
Death
Place.
Place? That's called Dead Man
The
Wonderland.
Death Place as
Death
opposed
Man
to the
Wonderland,
good
that's a
place.
show.
That is-
I still haven't finished that. We need to.
It's a pretty cool.
Death Note. There we go.
Wow.
Death Note is like... I don't know. Death Note's very popular, but I don't think it's a good place to
No.
start.
Or
Unless you're specifically wanting something that's dark.
Yeah.
or you can just start with Studio Ghibli.
That's
Or
I've
however
heard
it's
a lot
true.
of good things about Studio Ghibli anything.
Yeah.
yeah. They
It's like I've just been told it's like honest to god like good shit. Like
It's-
my
like,
first Ghibli movie was Kiki's Delivery Service,
Yeah.
I've heard
and
of that.
Howl's Moving Castle was the next one.
My first was My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah.
I was
Mine
gonna
was,
say if not.
Well, you're a fan of Adam Savage, obviously.
Oh yeah,
And
and I've seen like his Totoro
Totoro
like
videos,
cosplay that he did. Is the one where he like his Incognito series where he goes to like Comic-Con or
Yeah.
whatever and just
Yeah.
waddles around the show floor.
the monk is having a conniption fit.
I'm trying to remember when my first.
Ghibli?
Yeah. What the fuck is it called? Spirited Away. No.
Spirited
Spirited
Away?
Away?
Yeah, Spirited Away.
Yeah,
That one's
was
good.
awesome.
That one's a good
I was
one.
about to say, just Spirit. You know, like the Bryan
horse?
Adams movie.
Hey, yo, that's a good anime.
I'm. Well, yeah, Spirited Away.
that is a good one.
Spirited Away
Yeah,
is a
if-
very good one.
Yeah, it's just like it's so saturated.
Wait a second.
Hmm.
Is any of Studio Ghibli on Disney Plus?
Is
I don't
Studio
think so.
Ghibli owned by Disney?
Yes.
Oh fuck!
Really?
When?
I'm so sorry.
They've been owned by Disney since Howl's Moving Castle.
Disney.
I don't- What?
Yeah, Disney owns Studio Ghibli. Literally every English version of
Oh, English.
Studio Ghibli movies are done by Disney.
Huh.
Which is why you have people like Christian Bale doing, like, Howl.
I'd assume that they'd be just like publishers, though, wouldn't they? Not not like.
No, they produced the English versions. Like, the Disney logo is on the English versions of those movies.
Hmm.
But I would assume like almost like Pixar, they sort of make their own movies, but they're owned by Disney, and Disney helps facilitate
Exactly.
Yeah.
the making of them to some capacity, but it's mostly the it's
In
mostly
Japan
Studio
and
Ghibli.
whatever. It's solo, but in all of the
North America's /
Yeah.
anywhere that breathes English air.
Which is the world.
but yeah, all the English versions are.
Isn't
are
America
Disney.
basically the world? You know, speaking of the world, Newsies.
Yeah,
That was the thing that me and Josh
until
actually
yesterday.
watched last night.
Newsies?
Newsies.
Newsies.
It's about
The
the boom in newspaper, and the newspaper boys were called Newsies. And they were basically just kids that were hired for like 10 cents a page to go and sell newspapers.
like they bought them at like a cent a paper, and
Well,
then
less than that.
or
A
something.
stack of 100 papers would cost the Newsies 10 cents. Or no,
no, I'm
cost
pretty sure
50
it's like
cents.
I'm pretty sure it's like a
No, the plot in the movie, it was a real story, obviously, but the movie said it was 50 cents for a stack of 100 papers. Then you would sell them for 10 cents a paper. But then what happened was they were trying to find a way to make more profit off of the newspapers, and since the people that the World, which was the paper, were selling their papers to, was the Newsies, right? So they ended up upping the price for the Newsies. And so instead of 50 cents for a stack of 100 papers, it was 60 cents. It was
Which
an
for
extra
that-
10 cents, but back
which
then...
for that time that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Like half a
that
cent
was,
per paper was actually a pretty big increase.
especially for, like, most of these kids were orphans. Most of them, like, they would end up getting enough money to buy food for the day
Yeah.
and then move on, because some of them would buy, like, 20 papers total. And that's what they would sell. They'd get $2 by the end of the day.
Like
And so they could buy some food, and then that's it. Some of them sold enough to be able to live in bunks that were at the newspaper, and stuff like that. But
Interesting.
besides that, it was just like hundreds of kids going around New York selling newspapers.
Yeah, we watched that last night, and I was like, because like the main reason I was like, I've seen the Newsies musical, like the stage play, and I was curious like how different that is. It's actually like it's such a weird change in story.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously for a movie you can get like with the way that the stage play is laid out, it's a lot more singing. It's a lot more musical numbers, but with a movie there's a lot less musical numbers and a lot more narrative.
Yeah. But then the movie is also directly based on the actual world event.
Yeah, and then the musical was based off the movie,
Exactly.
which was based off a real event.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah, so it's
It's
an interesting part of history. Adaptations of real world events into movies are always very odd. Christian Bale was in the Newsies movie. He sings in that. I didn't know Christian Bale could sing. Also, that means Christian Bale has been an orphan 4 times?
oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
Yeah,
good or
he has.
bad?
Like,
Yeah.
also, Batman was delivering newspapers.
Like when did that movie come out? Like 1997 or something?
96 or 97.
And then the Broadway musical
Was
debuted in 2012.
Wait, hold on. Were you way before this? You were talking about Howl's Moving Castle. You were saying that Christian Bale.
Christian Bale voices Howl.
No,
in that.
that's Liam Neeson, isn't it?
No?
Isn't it?
Christian
Liam-
Bale is Howl. Liam
No.
Neeson is like 50 years older than
No,
him.
wait, hold on, wait.
Liam Neeson is in the original movie of Les Mis.
Okay, but I need to.
Very good
Ah,
movie.
good old Les Miserables.
That Liam Neeson's versions of Les Mis are not musicals. It's just the story, and
Oh.
it's
Well, I can't watch
super
that.
good. It's super good.
I'm sorry, but it's like if it's something I know is a musical, I gotta watch the musical version of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more entertaining, in my opinion.
Yeah, but also
I like
Oh,
people randomly breaking into
Yeah.
Sorry, I
choreographed.
was getting I think it's Ponyo.
Mm.
Ponyo
Yeah.
and Howl's mixed
Yeah.
up. Don't mind me.
Like, is it bad that I just like I just like seeing people break out into definitely choreographed numbers that definitely were not choreographed in that time.
Yes. Very, very.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's understandable.
It's much more enjoyable for me. I've always enjoyed musicals more.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
rather sing
well,
along
it's
to a movie than just
enjoyable,
mouth
right?
along to the words like it's a fucking TikTok.
I
but the entire movie.
I love musicals in that same way, right? But I prefer to sometimes like just have a narrative, have a story. And
I feel like La La Land is actually an interesting mix of the two. Because it's a musical,
yeah.
but it has much more narrative than it does musical. Actually, that was my dad's biggest complaint about the movie when he saw it, was that there was not enough music, and there was way more narrative than there was in musical numbers.
That's
But like for me, it's like looking at it now, La La Land is actually this perfect, like not really perfect balance, but slightly imperfect balance of narrative and musical. It's a musical that doesn't, to put it in non-spoiler territory, doesn't end the way a musical usually does.
yeah.
But it's so intriguing. It's really interesting. Because like you're saying, it's like you enjoy like narratives a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm interested what you think about La La Land as sort of like a
But then-
narrative musical hybrid.
If a musical also has a narrative that you can understand the entire narrative just by listening to the music, that's even better. Hamilton.
Though there's a lot of Hamilton that I cannot listen to on its own and be like, yes. Because there's a lot of it that just makes sense when you listen to it through and not when you listen to a specific song.
Yeah. There's not a lot of songs in Hamilton that actually work as singles.
Unless you're talking about You'll Be Back, in which case I know all the words.
Oh yeah. Well, there's like You'll Be Back. There's Dear Theodosia, which is, if you take it out of the context of the musical, is just a song about raising a child.
I've got to be honest. I don't know what it is in context.
It's raising a child.
Okay, so see, why did you say in context or out of? It's the same thing both ways. It's about raising a child.
In context, it's about them raising their children. Out of context, you get the same emotion. It's just you could sing it about your own child.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Except, chances are you wouldn't name your child Theodosia.
Yeah, no, I'm not exactly fond of the name Theodosia. Theodosia.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Musicals
a fun name. Anyways.
it's a fun name.
Quick, what's your favorite musical, Morgan?
Hairspray.
That is
That
very
is
fair.
fucking good. That's
That
a
is
good
very
choice.
Hairspray's good.
I'm just glad that after High School Musical, Zac Efron went on to another High School Musical.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Also, I learned recently
Yes.
that for High School Musical 1, Zac Efron didn't actually sing.
Really? He had a dub?
He had a dub.
Then he learned to sing for the other two, though.
I believe so, yeah.
I'm not
So-
gonna stop.
So
not gonna stop till I get
so
back
literally for like number 1. I'm pretty sure I heard exactly what you said. But like for High School Musical 1, yeah, he legit didn't actually sing that one.
For High School Musical 1, I wish that Vanessa Hudgens had a dub. Because holy shit, she could not do very well in that one.
Yeah, High School Musical 1 is just it's just one
It's a cringe fest.
we just don't talk about it.
Well, that's the thing, though. We do talk
We
about
do
it
talk
'cause
about
it's
it,
a
but we just
classic.
don't want to.
And then High School Musical 2 was so fucking good.
Oh fuck yeah!
And then 3
what's the
was
satisfying?
in theaters.
Yeah, it was
It
the
was
What a
really
thing for
good.
Disney to do. Put the third movie in the trilogy in theaters. But the other two were on Disney Channel.
yeah.
But you can tell that the third one had more budget.
It
in
had actual
everything.
production value because it was not just a Disney original movie; it was a Disney movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like it had the full Disney logo at the beginning, not just the Disney Channel proudly presents.
And I'm not
High
gonna
School
lie,
Musical.
it was a pretty satisfying end to a beautiful trilogy.
Yeah.
Because they graduated, even though none of them ever fucking looked like they were in high school. I will never get
Yeah.
over that.
Corbin Blue looks like he definitely was in his 30s in the third movie.
also. I'm still surprised that Corbin Blue's name in the movie was Chad.
Yeah, everybody forgets his name was Chad.
Because Corbin.
Yeah, it's like
I've always just called him Corbin.
I've
Yeah.
never actually called him Chad.
He doesn't look like a Chad.
And I
He
never
doesn't
call-
look like a
okay,
Chad.
and
A
honestly,
Chad looks like a Chad is somebody that either beats somebody up or you could beat up.
yeah,
Corbin is not beat upable. He's fuckable.
Yeah.
there you go.
I would fuck Corbin Blue.
I
Let that
would
be on the
also.
record. As well as the thing I said about Vancouver. That's also on the record.
And it all comes full circle.
Right.
You know what else comes full circle?
Why is it in a circle?
Anyways, about Corbin Blue being fuckable.
The soundtrack in High School Musical is definitely something I could listen to on repeat.
Oh yeah. I still think like the original High School Musical soundtrack is really good.
Oh yeah.
High School Musical 1 is good. The soundtrack is good. The movie,
Yeah.
but
Vanessa Hudgens could just not be in it though.
I've got to move on and be who I am. I just don't.
No, you're gonna get copyright claim. You're gonna get copy striked.
No, you.
Your voice is too perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's too accurate to the original source.
I am Vanessa Hudgens. I am the shitty voice of Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical 1.
She could sing and have emotion by the time the third movie came around. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
I mean,
and then she also had sort of a small solo music career.
true.
Like,
And
I
she was
listened
on
to
a lot
one of
other
her
Disney
songs.
Channel stuff, though, wasn't she?
Yeah. Like, when Disney Channel started to release a lot of their sort of Disney Channel mixes, where they would include the theme songs of every show, and then, like, songs that each of the stars, like, sung.
Yeah.
Like, Jesse McCartney or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Vanessa Hudgens had a small singing career.
I think she had an... Did she just have one album?
I don't remember exactly. And then it's like
I'm
also,
fact-checking.
I mean, not Disney, but Nickelodeon. You know, you had fucking... Wow, immediately forget her name. Not Jeanette McCurdy. Well, actually, Jeanette McCurdy, I think, also had a small...
Jeanette McCurdy sings. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeanette
She's-
McCurdy sings.
She sings great.
Miranda Cosgrove
Yeah.
had a brief musical career.
She still makes music.
Yeah, but it's just not as popular now, I think.
Well, yeah, because you can't... She... Here's the problem with Miranda Grove. The problem with her is that her first song, the iCarly intro, is a song that she can never top.
Yeah.
True, you can never actually top Leave It All to Me.
yeah.
Unless you're talking... Well, actually, you know... Also,
Okay, here
speaking
she
of
is.
people who could have improved their singing, Victoria Justice.
Oh, yeah, Victoria Justice
She
was
was-
not the best singer
she
on
was-
the show.
Like, I watched a compilation recently on YouTube of every time Victoria Justice was outsung in Victorious. Because it's like, you got Elizabeth, you know, there also, who's just like... fucking outsings her every goddamn time. And of course you have Ariana Grande before she got her big music career. And also, what is it, Leon Thomas Jr.? Or the second? Is it Jr. or the second?
I don't know.
But yeah, like, everybody outsang Victoria Justice in that show.
Yeah.
Like
Even though the plot of the show was that she was such a good singer.
Yeah, that she was a good singer and her sister was not.
Okay, but gonna be really honest, Take a Hint is the fucking best song in that entire show. That is punk rock as fuck,
oh,
and I
fuck
love
yeah.
it.
Why do I get hit up by the boys who never like?
I want to cover it.
Oh my god, can we?
Please.
Please. Let's just cover... And then, you know what? Let's cover the Victorious theme song, too.
And let's cover the iCarly theme song.
And
And the Drake and
Josh
Josh theme song.
Please.
and Phineas and Ferb.
Hell yeah. Let's cover
Fairly
the
Odd
What's
Parents.
New Scooby-Doo theme song.
Ah.
But What's New Scooby-Doo, but it's like way more emo than it has to be.
Oh yeah, well, instead of Simple Plan,
New
we'll go My Chemical
Scooby-Doo.
Romance.
Coming after you.
That's not emo.
That's
sad.
Beethoven.
He was deaf. That's more of a diss the more you think about it. Could Beethoven sing?
I
No.
don't know.
I don't
I mean,
think
he
that would
could-
be
I
possible.
think he could wail.
No, he was from America.
Yeah, dolphin, not whale.
Thanks, I hate
Bad
it.
joke.
If he was a little more exotic, orca.
Ooh. So
Okay,
he would just laugh like...
so, my fact check. Okay, so Vanessa Hudgens has 2 albums.
Okay.
One from 2006, one from 2008.
Okay.
Ooh.
Her most recent song is from 2018,
Oh.
with a band called Phantoms.
Oh shit, Phantoms?
And then there's remixes of that as well. The song before that was called Sex, which sex is spelled $$$$$EX.
So
Also, there's a clean version
What?
of sex. That's just
Yeah, I mean,
listening
obviously,
to the song
like,
while
wash
wearing a
up.
condom.
Probably.
Also,
But yeah, also the art, like the cover art for this
That's
has
just
Vanessa right in the middle, and is wearing the most clothing out of anybody.
that's literally just a Lazenza poster cover.
Also,
Probably.
didn't Ashley Tisdale also have a brief, like, I know I had a couple of Ashley Tisdale's original songs on my iPod when I was a kid because I was like, oh, she did something outside of High School Musical. These
Ashley
are actually bops.
Tisdale, has 3 albums. The most recent was this year.
Shit.
Called Symptoms, and has 2 explicit songs on it.
Yo.
Pretty nice. I actually might have to save this because I love her.
Ashley Tisdale, Ashley Tisdale has always been, like, for me, like, consistent across the 3 movies and everything that I've heard her in. She actually has a fantastic voice.
It's actually kind of interesting. Unlike Vanessa Hudgens, every single one of Ashley Tisdale, like every single one of Vanessa's popular songs were just High School Musical soundtrack. But there's actually only there's only 1 High School Musical song on Ashley Tisdale's most popular. All the others are actually originals.
What's her most popular?
Feeling So Good from the 2019 album. It's one of the explicit songs.
Oh.
What? Hold on. Keep going down the popular. I want to see if the one I remember is on there.
It's Alright, It's Okay. I Want It All. That's the one from High School Musical.
Of course.
Still Into You. And He Said, She Said. Those are the top 5.
Interesting. I don't remember any of those actually being in my iTunes library. I have to actually check my iTunes library to see which ones I actually remember from that show, or from her career.
But yeah, I might actually have to listen to those.
Oh, the one I have in my library is Masquerade.
Masquerade. That's on. Let me see.
I'm letting you see.
It's on. I'm gonna say the second album. Fuck yeah. It's the 3rd song on the second album.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to that song.
That album is called Guilty Pleasure.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the one song from Ashley Tisdale that I have from my childhood on my iPod.
That's okay. There's a story here. There's 4 songs in a row. The first one's called What If.
Mm-hmm.
Second, Erase and Rewind. Third, Delete You. And then 4th, Me Without You. I feel like there's a fucking story there.
Intriguing.
It's like, just managed to... What if I deleted my boyfriend? Oh shit, wait, no, go back.
And then the other one is just kind of without you. It's like just the regret of accidentally deleting her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Now I gotta deal with this emotional guilt.
Ah, fuck.
Ah.
I goofed.
I goofed. Now I got this emotional baggage I have to carry around.
Yeah.
Goddamn digital technology. That awkward moment where you can just, like, casually delete your partner.
Delete.
No, don't.
Delete.
And the thing is, they're too big to go to the recycle bin. So it's permanently deleted.
Instant death.
Nice.
I only knew that because I was deleting a shit ton of stuff off my laptop, and it's like, this is too big to recycle.
And
You just
you're
wanna
like,
delete it?
I'll show you too big, Mr. Recycle Bin.
And just drop a load of shit into the recycle bin.
No. Why would you shit in the... That's not it
Gross.
at all.
You.
It's compostable.
Postable.
I don't know.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
good
What
lord.
is this?
This Is Us is a movie that John Oliver apparently cried to.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
No, it's John Oliver. I've never seen This Is Us.
All right. Well, I think it's about time
To wrap
for
up
this
the
episode
podcast.
to end.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
sure.
feel bad, Kyla.
What?
You didn't say
There's
like
not a lot of words.
anything.
I said like a
There,
little bit.
there,
You did go on a little tangent, but
Like
I mean, let's be
Like 2
honest. Like in
seconds.
the first few episodes of JAMAcast, Morgan did not say a whole lot,
yeah,
but like you've said more than he did in those first few episodes.
that's true
Mm.
actually.
Yeah.
And now
Not
Morgan
bad.
is beautiful boy saying words with his mouth.
That's because I'm forced to at work.
True, you have to put on that customer service smile that
Oh,
says,
shut the fuck up about customer service smile.
"Listen, I had to do it too."
You
Now we
worked
just
in the
have to-
bakery cleaning.
No, I worked at the front of the bakery cleaning, and people still asked me to do shit.
Because you
Gross.
were there.
However, there were sometimes, where I didn't put on my customer service smile, and when a customer was like, "Hey, why don't you guys do that thing where you put the items on clearance when they're about to expire?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we just don't do that anymore." And they're like, "That's stupid." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is stupid,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry, I can't do anything."
Yeah.
Just be like, "You're correct," and then go back to your.
Or just somebody was like, somebody legit asked me, "What do you think of the new donuts?" And I just looked them in the eyes. I'm like, "They're not good. We get them straight from a box, put them in the oven, frost them, and put them out here."
Yeah.
I was like, back when my dad owned this store, we made those fresh every day, and they were the best donuts in this goddamn town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and now the best donuts in this town are nowhere.
And also, legit, at the store one time, I saw the price of bread go up, then get put on sale for the price it was.
Yeah.
I saw that happen. And people also clued into the fact that that happened, and I'm pretty sure our bread sales were not good.
Yeah.
Well, okay, how can when you have bread for $1.99
Mm-hmm.
and then suddenly it says $1.99 down from $2.99, it's like, okay, but no though, but no.
But it's like, I had to put on, like, my customer service voice a few times, quite a few times, over the phone, being like, "Of course, I can help you with that cake order."
That's not a customer service voice. That's just gay. Of course, I can help you with that order.
Of course I can help you with that. What do you want?
I hate using customer voice. Customer service voice is the worst.
Yeah.
I
I
hate
mean,
using
apparently the new bakery manager doesn't have a customer service voice nor a face.
Just doesn't have a voice or a face. The not having a face part would explain the not having a voice.
But like, okay, but like literally, my grandma,
Yeah.
she because basically, to put it bluntly, my grandpa cannot actually do anything with the store anymore because he's in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
But like my grandma's like, she goes to the store one day, and she goes to the bakery and she's like, "Can I get four buns in a separate package?" And the new bakery manager's like, "Ugh, fine." And my grandma tells me, she's like, "I legit wanted to say, you know who owns this fucking building, right?" And my grandma does not swear often.
Oh.
I have not heard her swear much, but she's like, "I wanted to say, you know who owns this fucking building, right? I'm the one that lets this shit happen." It's like, do not fuck with me. I'm like, "Yes, grandma."
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes!
Grammy!
Ooh. But like,
Show me what that moo do.
I just like hearing.
Anyways.
But just like hearing that story was the absolute best, because it's like, yeah, you are the one that actually owns this building. They pay rent to you.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's
So like, get fucked, bakery manager. Eat my ass. You were not as good as the bakery manager before.
I don't even know who the bakery manager is anymore.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. I just
really
know
don't
it's some
know,
bitch.
Because everyone from every department works in the bakery now.
Oh.
Yeah, the bakery just
It's just, I don't
steals.
know.
It's just kind of a second hand.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Nobody does.
And I have people
Like, the
complaining
store has
about,
the highest turnover rate of any fucking job in this town.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally going around the store talking to some of the people I knew, and they're like, "Yep, we've had people come here, stay for a few months, realize how shit it is, leave."
like one of my
And people have the balls to tell me that the store is going fine. It's like, you know
It's
what?
not.
I may be a little bit biased because my dad ran the place, but he treated his employees like he gave a shit, because he
And
did.
treated the store itself like he gave
He
a
treated the town like he gave a shit.
Yeah.
But, like, I could go on forever.
Like, I have a
About-
coworker that's going to be quitting in, like, the next 2 months. It's, like,
How long have they been there?
not long.
It just
Like,
shows.
Not long.
It just shows that
It's-
it's such a piece of shit. And when people tell me what do you... Or actually, people are like, what are you doing for the summer? Are you going back to Three Hills to work in the bakery? I'm
Ew,
like,
no. No.
You
No.
fucking wish.
it's like, they would...
Y'all
like, they'd have to-
motherfuckers would love to have me, wouldn't you?
They'd have to give me a fucking raise, which they never would.
Yeah, no.
They were reluctant to even give you a raise. And
It was
you've been...
barely anything. Like, it's still not much.
It's like, they're fucking...
Like, okay, I'm pretty much the backbone of the store at this point.
You are.
If I leave, what the fuck are they going to do?
Oh, we'll find out.
They will not
Because
do shit.
'cause
They're
you're
going
going
to
to s-
hire.
you're gonna go
okay,
to
here's
school,
what they're
right?
going to do. Here's what they're going to do. I'm going to quit, right? They're going to hire 3 or 4 people to try and do whatever the hell I was doing, right? 3 of them are going to quit. One's going to stay. Maybe.
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 It's like a job application, except they just have to see if they'll last.
Fuck.
But the problem with that store is that they keep hiring like fucking high school kids
Yeah.
that don't actually need jobs.
Mm-hmm.
The
They
the
just-
thing is, if you got people that actually needed the job, that wanted the job,
To support themselves so they can afford to live.
then
Like, you need the job so you can afford to live right now.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
you're putting in the effort so that you can afford to live.
Yeah.
like the problem is you get like dumbasses that it's like baby's first job, they don't know what they're doing, and then it's like, ugh, I gotta put away a box of cookies.
Oh,
And then they'll
criminy
complain about it. And then a customer comes by and they're like, hi. And they're like, oh, don't talk to me. I'm having a shitty day because I just came from school and now I have to put away this box of cookies.
Yeah, well, try working 4 years.
Right?
Pretty much by yourself.
Or fucking try working, an extra 30 hours of overtime without a choice. Or stuff like that. Try being in the real world where you have to pay bills and pay rent and stuff like that. And then, your whole being able to deal with customers and do your job without complaining is an aspect of just who you have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you have to fake it. You have to put on a happy face, but at the same time, it's life. Right?
You shouldn't have to hide life.
In order to be a person these days, you have to have a job. You can't just expect that because you're in school, everyone's going to treat you differently.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the real world, act like a real person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, for me, if I had a job during school and whatnot, no one would fucking care. It's like, if I worked at fucking McDonald's while doing school, they do not give a shit.
No.
Well, no, not at all.
The people at the store here should not give a shit either. If somebody working there goes to school, they should still give the job the same amount of respect and dignity it fucking deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where I work right now, we have a new dishwasher. I work at a restaurant. I'm a chef, I guess.
You know, you never told me that.
Yeah. It was just for context for the story. Anyway, we have this new dishwasher there, named Kyla. She fucking sucks.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're better than the person I'm actually talking about. Like,
Yeah,
significantly.
You're
He's
doing
literally the
great.
guy. This high school student is literally the guy that refuses to scrub anything, runs it through, and puts away the plates no matter how they look.
That's
So we literally
No.
have to put stacks of plates that just came out of the dishwasher back in the dish pit, and the amount of times where we do that and he's like, ugh. Or the waiter or the servers come back after bussing tables, bringing dirty dishes. He'll go, ugh. Or I'll hand him something that is dirty because I just used it in line, and he'll be like, why do I have to do this? It's like, 'cause it's your fucking job you're getting paid for.
Yeah. Like, okay.
I've started, it's to the point where I ignore every single thing he says, and if he makes any sort of complaint of any kind, I'll literally turn to him and say, shut the fuck up. Like, literally, this high school student. There is no other option. It's just shut up and do your job.
Yeah. And I mean, like, me being the person I am, fucking, whenever anybody gives me a dish, I'm like, and they're like, oh, sorry, I don't mean to give this to you right now, but, you know, I'm like, it's my job, I have to do this, so thank
Exactly.
you. Like,
You treat the job that you have with, like, fucking the respect it deserves.
Yeah.
Like, I am here to do this. This is what
Yeah.
I am being paid to do. I will do it.
and, like, if I'm,
Like, whether you like it or not,
yeah, you have
Yeah.
to.
you're there for a paycheck.
Yeah, like, people who complain about their jobs,
I mean, yeah, I do.
Okay. Depending on
complain
the
about your
job.
job all you want, but not while you're at work.
Well,
yeah, like, at least have respect
Unless
for
you're
the
unless
people
you're in the
who are-
break room,
oh my god, the stories I could tell in the break room.
But, like,
I want to hear them all.
at least, like, people who complain around your employer is just, like, why would you do that? That's just
Oh,
an
yeah.
easy way to get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering especially where you work, you literally work beside your employer in line.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're just
He
like,
has to hear every single bullshit thing that this dishwasher says every night.
I'm
And it's like the only reason why we have this dishwasher at the moment is because he, wants the hours. He will come in for every single shift. But he's also a douchebag. So it's like, yes, we're putting up with him temporarily. But, on busy weekends and stuff like that, he'll come in. Because he wants money. But he'll complain about every fucking plate.
Yeah.
Like, the only time that I will ever complain is when nobody is there. Like, if it's just me, like, you guys are all out on break, and I'm sitting here doing dishes, I'm like, fucking plates are so dirty, like, I get angry, but then as soon as you guys come in, I'm like, straight face, okay, let's go back
Yeah.
to this. Like, yeah.
That's fair. I mean, when I worked in the bakery by myself and they left me an overly huge amount of shit to do, I was swearing a lot.
Yeah.
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 I mean, there'd be a few times, I'm pretty sure, when Morgan would be working, he'd come by pushing his cart, and I'd just kind of be, like, making cinnamon buns, kind of grumbling to myself, or making cheese buns and being like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'd just be kind of like, oh, hi, Morgan. You work here, too?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Honestly, just seeing the people I knew just at the store randomly while they were working, just pass by, just be like, hello. I'd just be like, I just need more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem is that you worked alone.
Yeah, working alone sucks.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does.
It's like legit. The worst my mental health was during at least my high school years was all the days where they left me alone for 4 hours at the store doing everything myself. And there were some days where they gave me so much to do, I literally had to shove shit back in the proofer and say I have no time.
Yeah.
they're like legit. There are times they gave me like 10 different racks of cookies, and they're like, "Go," and then they left, and then I'm like just sitting and you're just doing all these cookies, and then 7:30 comes around. I need to clean this entire bakery,
Yeah.
and the thing is, they don't want me to do overtime, so I don't. I just leave it. I go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that store.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Yeah.
store.
And the deli manager, she told me that she needs to cut 30 hours a
What?
week.
Like
Cut?
from her staff?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I literally said, that's impossible. She's like, yeah. She even asked my boss for a demotion to go back into produce and do fresh cut.
And what did he say?
I don't know. We'll have to wait until
Until she's fired next week.
until one of our produce people leaves the store because she's pregnant right now.
Oh.
Yeah, so she'll be gone. in a
It's
few
weird
months.
when somebody that, like, when she first came to the store, I knew she kissed the corporate
Oh, yeah.
ass. It's weird seeing somebody who kissed the corporate ass go to somebody that like legit just hates them.
Oh, she fucking hates it.
It's weird because it's like at first I hated her because she kissed the corporate ass. She's like, oh, blah 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 says we need to do it this way because we have to, and that's what they say we have to do. It's like, but it works better this way. But you don't. God, she was such an annoying bitch when I first met her.
Yeah.
Fuck her. But like, now I feel sorry for her. Now I do,
It's-
but
yeah.
that's after I stopped working there. Oh God.
Oh, it's a shit show.
Basically, working in grocery stores,
Working in
Working-
any job.
working any job,
Yeah.
you're going to encounter hell.
Yeah.
Just you gotta have the right
Especially in
attitude for
Canada
it.
right now,
Oh,
the economy.
Oh fuck,
Yeah.
it's so bad.
Um,
And I feel bad because somebody we know legit is looking for a job for over a year.
yeah,
I
I was
couldn't find one.
between jobs for me. I got fired, didn't have a job for 7 months. That
Jeez.
fucking sucked.
Mhm.
I remember that period of time for you. That was
Yeah.
shitty.
Mm-hmm. Of course, now I'm working a lot more than I was then. But, like, anything's better than having to wake up or having to go to work at 4 in the morning
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a janitor job.
Yeah. I mean, hey, at least when I remember back when you did that, you would always tell me about like the conversations that you and Randy had.
Yeah.
Because you
I
would
would
always
talk to Randy at fucking 6 in the morning every morning.
just
On Skype.
just put in your pocket, just walk around the campus, just doing your job, just talking to Randy.
Yeah. People there hated me.
Like, why?
I don't know. People just outright refused to tell me what to do, so I couldn't actually do it. And then because it wasn't getting done, people would get angry, and I'd be like, well, that's cool. Tell me what it is that's not getting done. And they'd
Yeah.
be like, nah. And then they'd tell my boss. And I'm like, well, that's cool. But I put in the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're putting in the effort. You want to get the job done. Just tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
I
this-
hated that job anyway.
It's just like the grocery store. No communication, and I get yelled at for stuff.
Yep.
It's like my supervisor and boss want to give me a raise, like another raise, but it's like, oh, you gotta do better. I'm like, it's just me. You
Tell-
expect me to do 100 different things while I'm also cashing and trying to order stuff and make sure numbers are right.
You're getting you.
I
like,
expect you to sort this ice cream cabinet, put away these cookies, mop the floor, all while playing a piccolo.
Like, remember when they were gonna give you a promotion, but all they wanted to do was give you more things to do?
That's literally what they did.
But you got a raise. Before
Barely.
they weren't going to give you a raise.
Oh no, this was during that period of
They gave you more things to do before you got the
Yes.
raise?
yes.
Fucking shit.
That's dumb.
Not to mention, since the economy's gone to shit for the past 3 years, it went from like what was minimum wage way back when, $12 or whatever,
Minimum
So, like-
wage was 11.
to like $13.60. I made 40 cents more than minimum. On the outside, I was like, "Oh yeah, awesome," but on the inside, I was like, "Seriously?
Wow, a whole 40 cents. Huh?
Wow, yay!" Now it's like $1 more. It's
Also, for any American
Whatever.
people that may be listening, our current minimum wage, $15 an hour, might sound like a lot, but also keep in mind that the that minimum wage rise made the price of everything rise. So
still going.
Yeah, and like,
now,
but also
uh,
now kids, like now if you're a kid working, like if you're
if
a minor working now, you get paid less.
yeah, you get paid half of minimum wage. Well, you can get paid half of minimum wage.
Yeah, like that was new legislation that they enacted recently.
Honestly, fine with me.
It depends.
I hate to be that guy,
kids.
but
Kids.
It
Usually-
depends on the situation.
Most of the
for me.
time, kids do not need jobs. They get jobs so they can have the extra pocket change. $7.50 or whatever it is
think
good
it's-
enough for a kid,
yeah.
depending on the job.
It's like if
You
it's
also
like
for $7.50 cannot expect them to do a hard labor job.
but it's like for in your case, it's like if that legislation was enacted when you were like just like getting out of high school or something like that,
Yeah.
that would have fucked you over a lot.
Yeah, but I was 18.
True. It's like-
I didn't get a job until I was 18.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's like
Same.
it's like there's some people who need to support their families because their families can't support themselves,
Yeah.
and it's like that would fuck them over then.
Yep.
Like hard. And that's a
Speaking
good
about
kind of
families
fucking.
that can't heckin' do that. I was always that kid who would try to get jobs so I could help with the family, but my mom was always like, huh, no.
Yeah, my mom was
Keep
the
your
same
money
way.
for
Yeah.
yourself. I'm like, but I want, but
I
wait.
My mom was one of those people where I wasn't allowed to get a job until I was 18.
Well,
She
see-
refused to let me.
My mom was always telling me to get a job, but she never wanted me to help with anything. And then that fucked me up, and now I don't know how to adult.
Valid.
I don't know how to adult.
Because she was like,
Period.
oh no, you don't need to help with bills or rent. You're still a kid. You don't need to do that. But getting a job would be really cool. I'm like, yeah. And then later on, when I was over the age of 18, still living with my mom, she's like, oh yeah, no, you're fine. You don't have to pay any rent. You don't have to do any bills. And then as soon as I moved out, it was like, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Because she never wanted me to help with anything, and so I never knew what I was supposed to do.
Mhm.
And then when I actually got my first phone bill, I was like, how do I what?
That's
Yeah.
What do I do?
that's an interesting way to parent.
I hated it. I was always like, Mom, I just want to give you some of my paycheck so we can fucking eat. She's like, no, it's yours. I'm like, please. I just want to eat. But yeah, so that was fun.
It sounds not fun.
No. It was not fun. And then she also, because of that, I have really bad money problems. Because I don't know how to spend and or use my money properly.
Yeah.
That's what budgeting's for.
Yeah, at this point in my life, I also do not. I'm also shit with it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
who
also 'cause
isn't
I'm, like,
recently?
I'm like very much. I'm spoiled. So like I didn't have to worry
Mhm.
Well,
about
yeah.
budgeting and shit.
But like,
I went 3 weeks without going to a grocery store recently. I went 3 weeks where I was like, I'm gonna go across the street to a Wendy's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't like. I thought about it the entire time. I was like, this is shit. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. But I still did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that's sort of a a discipline issue. I need to discipline myself when it comes to spending.
Yeah.
yep.
I should too.
Well, it's like
There's
recently.
a credit card in my pocket
Recently, I
Yeah.
and on my phone.
I started budgeting recently, and I finally like figured out how to work out budgeting for me in a way that makes me not spend extra. which,
And I'm proud.
yeah. So, like, I actually still have, right now, a positive number in my bank account, even though usually I would not.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
for
Of course,
me,
the extra little bit of money that I had to spend for, like, Christmas gifts and stuff like that, I didn't technically have to spend, but there's nothing worse than calling your family and being like, yeah, none of you are getting Christmas gifts this year because I'm budgeting. It doesn't work like that.
You know, it doesn't sound like that would work.
Yeah, no. So, I still have to spend money on Christmas gifts. That's fine.
Which, I mean, like, this month is just, I'm gonna not budget this month because I cannot. So, the start of the new year, I'm gonna heckin' start budgeting because that'd be a very good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's hard to budget when I technically don't earn money.
That's fair. Well, yeah.
It's a situation
you would have to
specific to
budget-
me.
You would have to budget if you got student loans, but you don't get student loans.
I get all of
You get
Father's
family
pocket.
funds. So that's a different situation. You
Yeah.
can just be like, "Hey, can I have X amount of dollars so that I could do thing?" And he would be like, "Yay or nay." And you don't have to budget that though. It's just you ask, you shall receive kind of thing. Which ultimately you could work that into some sort of budgeting thing. Be like,
But
at the
it's like-
beginning of every month, can I have this much so that I can budget with that?
Yeah, no, just something I could do.
You could do that.
Yeah.
That'd be a good method.
Yeah.
And then you just figure out your monthly expenses and then how much you spend on food and stuff like that. And then give yourself like an extra X amount so that you have personal stuff.
Also, just think about where we started this podcast and where we're at.
Oh yeah, starting with friggin' penis.
We started with penis and we're at budgeting.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We had a full talk about economy,
Politics.
movies,
We're just like,
musicals, art.
Yeah.
what
Not
makes
really.
us cry?
Yeah.
We
This
learned
is the way a podcast should be.
just
Yeah.
a conversation among friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well,
Didn't we say we were
I said we was
stop,
going to
like,
end this a
30
half an hour ago.
But you know what? It's
Yeah.
gonna end now.
So
Yeah.
thank you everybody so much for tuning into the JAMAcast podcast.
Season 2.
Season 2. We're just going to call it the JAMAcast podcast though.
Yeah.
And technically this is episode 8?
Sure.
I'd just call it Season 2.
It's an episode.
Part 2.
It's like JAMAcast, except we sort of have a better idea of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Sort
Sorta.
Sort of.
Yeah.
of.
And then we just don't have to worry about trying to import 2 hours worth of camera footage.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I speak.
You speak
Kinda.
words. You
I don't
you have
speak good,
you have
but I spoke.
you've spoken a lot of good words today.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Thanks for
Well,
listening.
thanks everybody for fuck. Thanks everybody for tuning into the JAMAcast podcast.
Dankeschön.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and rate.
And be sure to share this with all of your pals across social media.
And amigos.
Be sure to follow at KylerDraws on Twitter. The link is in the description below. And be sure to
Beautiful
check
art.
out the Just In Case You Feel Alone EP. Available on
to
Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music.
And anywhere else music can be found that DistroKid has agreements to put music on.
Please make TikToks with our songs in them.
I don't know what those would be, but just do it.
Just do it,
Just
please.
do it.
Figure
Also-
something
Just
out.
be hip.
Also, if I mean, I don't want to really promote myself, but also
Do it.
if y'all
Do it.
want to
Do
get heckin' commissions, I do that.
Please be sure to commission at KylerDraws on
if you
Twitter.
slide me, if you slide me, if you
If
you decide
slide
to
into
DM
them
me,
DMs.
just yeah.
But yeah,
If you talk real smooth, maybe you'll get a deal.
but yeah,
Damn, that's hot.
Yeah.
thanks for listening to the JAMAcast podcast. We'll see you
Do
guys.
not open up commission-based conversations with a picture of your penis, or you will be blocked.
Maybe. I mean, like,
Nice
don't,
dick.
but also.
Anyways,
All right.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nice being
Goodbye.
here.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
I said nice being here.
Oh. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.